Hello, and welcome to Seduction Mastermind, a hypnotic audio experience designed to help you access deeper levels of your mind and reprogram the way you think, feel, and show up in the world. These recordings are created to guide you into powerful states of relaxation and subconscious focus, and should not be used while driving, operating machinery, or in any situation that requires your full attention. Please use common sense and choose a safe, quiet environment where you can fully let go without interruption. If you are currently receiving treatment for any diagnosed psychological or medical condition, you should consult a qualified professional before using this recording. Before we begin, it's important for you to understand that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. You remain in control at all times, and if at any moment you need to return to full alertness, you can do so easily, calmly, and naturally. You may also wish to loosen any tight clothing, adjust your posture, or position your body in a way that allows complete comfort. These sessions are most effective when listened to with headphones, allowing you to fully immerse yourself in the experience, although they may also be used through speakers in a quiet and undisturbed environment. You can choose to gently close your eyes or simply rest your gaze on a single point in front of you, allowing your eyes to close naturally when your body is ready. There is no right or wrong way, only the way that allows you to relax completely. And now, we begin.
Before we begin, make sure you are in a safe and quiet place, somewhere you won't be disturbed. Because for the next 30 minutes, nothing else matters except you. You may choose to sit or lie down, whatever allows your body to completely let go. And as you settle into that position now, you can already begin to notice subtle shifts. The way your body naturally starts to slow down. The way your breathing begins to deepen without you needing to force anything at all. And that's right. Just let it happen. Now, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, deeper this time. And as you exhale, allow any tension to begin melting away. Good. And with each breath from this moment on, you may find that your body begins to feel heavier, or lighter, or maybe just different. And whatever you feel is exactly right. Now bring your attention to the very top of your head and imagine a soft, warm, subtle pressure, almost like a gentle wave of energy. And as this sensation begins to spread, it starts to relax every tiny muscle in your scalp, flowing down across your forehead, smoothing out any tension. Your eyes softening, your eyelids becoming heavier, maybe already wanting to close, or perhaps they've already closed. And if they haven't yet, you may notice that it becomes easier to simply let them drift shut whenever you're ready. That's right. Now that same feeling begins to move down across your face, relaxing your jaw, unclenching, releasing, letting your tongue rest comfortably. And as your face softens, your mind begins to follow, slowing down, drifting, letting go. Now, that wave continues downward, moving through your neck, releasing any hidden tension you didn't even realize was there, into your shoulders. And as it reaches your shoulders, you may notice a deep, heavy release, as if something you've been carrying is no longer necessary, and it simply drops away. Good. Let that feeling flow down your arms now, through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, all the way down into your hands. Each finger relaxing, one by one, until your arms feel completely loose, heavy, still. Now your awareness shifts again, back to your chest, where your breath continues, slow, natural, effortless. And with every breath out, you go deeper and deeper and deeper still. That relaxing wave now moves through your chest, your solar plexus, your stomach, softening everything, letting go of control, letting go of tension, letting go of the need to hold anything together. Because right now, there is nothing to hold, nothing to manage, nothing to figure out, only to experience and drift. Now, that same sensation continues, flowing down into your hips, releasing deeply into your thighs, heavy, relaxed, supported. Your knees, soft and loose, your calves, letting go, and finally, all the way down into your feet, your toes, relaxing completely. And now, your entire body, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, is completely, deeply relaxed. And yet, your mind is becoming more aware in a different way, a quieter way, a deeper way. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. And with each number, you may find yourself going twice as deep, or maybe even more. And you don't need to try, because your mind already knows how to follow. 10, drifting down. 9, letting go. 8, your thoughts becoming softer. 7, further and further inward. 6, deeper than before. 5, halfway now, and it feels good. 4, almost floating. 3, your body far away. 2, your mind open, receptive. 1, deep, calm, still. And now, in this state, where your conscious mind can rest and your subconscious can begin to listen, you may start to notice a subtle shift, something inside you beginning to change, even before you understand it. And that's exactly where we want to be.
And now, as your mind drifts deeper, you may begin to notice images, sensations, impressions. Not forced, just appearing. And whether they feel clear or vague doesn't matter, because your mind already knows how to create what feels real. Now, imagine you're standing somewhere familiar, or maybe somewhere new. It could be a street, a bar, a cafe, or any place where people naturally gather. And you're there, just existing, not trying, not performing, just present. Notice how your body feels there, calm, grounded, unbothered. There's nothing to prove, nothing to chase. And as you stand there, you may begin to notice people around you, voices in the background, movement, energy. And something interesting begins to happen. Without effort, without intention, attention starts to come to you. Not all at once, subtle at first. A glance that lingers just a moment longer. Someone noticing your presence. And you don't react because you don't need to. You've felt this before. Now, bring your awareness to one specific moment. A woman somewhere in your environment. You don't need to see her clearly. You just know she's there. And at some point, she becomes aware of you. Not because you did anything, but because of how you are. And there's a pause, a brief moment where her attention locks onto you. And you feel it, not in your head, but in your body. That subtle shift in energy, that silent recognition. And instead of reacting, instead of trying to do something, you stay exactly the same, relaxed, still, centered. And that is what makes it stronger, because there's no neediness, no urgency, no chasing, just presence. Now, notice how she responds. Maybe it's the way she looks again. Maybe it's how her body subtly opens. Maybe it's just a feeling, but something has changed. And you didn't force it. You didn't try. You didn't perform. You simply allowed. And as you continue to exist in that space, you begin to realize something deeper. That attraction was never about effort. It was never about saying the right thing or doing the right move. It was always about state. And right now, you are in that state, naturally, effortlessly. And your mind begins to register that this is familiar, that you've been here before, or maybe that you were always capable of this. Now, allow the scene to shift. Another moment, another place, different environment, same you. And again, without trying, without thinking, people feel you. Not logically, but instinctively. And again, there's that look, that curiosity, that pull. And instead of questioning it, you simply accept it because it feels normal. And the more you accept it, the more natural it becomes. Now, let that feeling expand beyond one moment, beyond one place, into something consistent, something stable, something that stays with you wherever you go. And as this state deepens, you begin to notice that it's not about them, it's about you, your energy, your presence, your internal world, and how everything outside begins to respond to it, automatically and without effort. And you don't need to hold on to this, because it begins to hold on to you, becoming part of you, something your mind can return to, again and again, without trying, without thinking, just by being. And now, as this feeling stabilizes, your mind becomes even more open, even more receptive to what comes next.
And now, as your mind remains open and your body stays deeply relaxed, there is a part of you that is already beginning to understand something important, something that was always there, waiting. And you may not fully realize it yet, but your subconscious mind does. And that's the part that makes the changes effortlessly. Now, there is no need to try to become anything, because the truth is, you don't become this man. You remember him, the version of you that was never chasing, never seeking approval, never questioning his own value. That version still exists. And as you continue to listen, something begins to shift, quietly, deeply, naturally. You may begin to notice that the need to impress starts to fade, without resistance, without force. It simply becomes irrelevant. And in its place, something else begins to grow. A sense of internal certainty, not loud, not aggressive, but undeniable. And the more you allow this, the more your mind starts to reorganize, letting go of old patterns, old reactions, old ways of thinking that were never really yours, and keeping only what strengthens you. Now, there is a difference between trying to be confident and simply being, and your mind begins to understand that confidence is not something you create. It's something that remains when everything unnecessary disappears. And right now, that's exactly what is happening. Layers dropping away, pressure fading out, noise becoming silence. And underneath all of that, there is clarity, stillness, control, and something even deeper, a quiet sense of power, the kind that doesn't need to be shown because it is felt automatically by others without effort. And as this understanding settles, your subconscious begins to accept new associations, new meanings, where being calm means being in control, where silence creates tension, where presence creates attraction. And this becomes natural, effortless, automatic. Now, you may also begin to notice that your relationship with uncertainty is changing. What once created hesitation now creates curiosity. What once triggered doubt now creates calm. And instead of needing outcomes, you begin to enjoy the process, because you realize that everything you need is already within you and always was. Now, there is no need to force belief, because belief is not required. Your subconscious mind learns through experience, through repetition, through feeling, and you have already begun to feel it, to experience it, to recognize it. And from this point forward, something continues, even after this session ends. Patterns, rewiring, perception, shifting in ways you don't need to track or control, because it happens automatically in the background, more and more, each day, each interaction, each moment. And you may not even notice when it fully becomes who you are, because it will feel like it was always there. And that is when it becomes permanent. Now, as these changes settle deeper, your mind becomes ready to integrate everything at a level even deeper than before.
And now, there is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to think about, nothing you need to control, because everything that needed to begin has already begun, deep within your subconscious mind, quietly, automatically, effortlessly. And as you continue to rest here, drifting, floating, you may begin to notice that this feeling, this state, is no longer something you enter. It becomes something that stays, something that remains, even when you are not thinking about it, even when you are not aware of it. And that's right, because the deeper part of your mind is always listening, always adjusting, always refining in the background without needing your attention. Now, as your body continues to rest, your mind begins to organize. Everything you have experienced, everything you have felt, everything you have allowed, and it places it exactly where it needs to be, so that it becomes part of you, not something separate, not something temporary, but something natural, something stable, something real. And the more you let go, the deeper this goes. The more you drift, the more it settles. The more you release, the more it integrates. And you may notice that your breathing has found its own rhythm now. Slow, calm, steady. And with every breath, this state deepens, expands, stabilizes. Now, there is no need to repeat anything consciously, because your subconscious mind has already accepted what it needs to accept. And it continues to reinforce
to strengthen, to embody these patterns in its own way, in the most effective way for you. And as time passes, these changes become more natural, more automatic, more consistent, without effort, without force, without awareness. And you may begin to notice in moments, in small ways, that something is different. The way you feel, the way you respond, the way others respond to you. And it will feel subtle at first, almost unnoticeable, and then inevitable. Now, there is a part of you that continues this process, even as you drift deeper, even as you relax further, even as your conscious mind lets go completely. And this part of you keeps everything moving, everything aligning, everything evolving in the direction that serves you. Now you can simply rest, knowing that everything is already happening. And as you continue to drift, you may find yourself floating through this state again and again, each time deeper, each time more natural, each time more integrated. And if at any point your mind becomes aware again, you can simply return to the rhythm of your breath, to the softness of your body, to the calm within, and drift back down even deeper than before. And as this continues, your mind begins to loop, gently, naturally, returning to this state again and again and again, each time reinforcing, each time strengthening, each time becoming more you. And now there is nothing more to do, nowhere to go, only this, drifting, deepening, becoming. And you can remain here for as long as you need, as long as your mind desires, as long as this process continues. And it will continue, quietly, powerfully, automatically, far beyond this moment.
And now, it's time to come back to the present now, out of this deep relaxation. The subconscious mind will begin to transfer all the beneficial new learnings you've made to the conscious mind, the emotional mind, and the physical body. And as the unconscious mind now begins to start that transfer, I will begin to bring you back. In just a few moments, you're going to wake up, and I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you're going to come back to the here and now, feeling wide awake, feeling wonderful in every way, feeling so much calmer than before. 1. Start to wake up and emerge from hypnosis. 2. Feeling wonderful, awake in every way. 3. Coming back to the here and now and sensing the room around you. 4. Your eyes are beginning to open now as you wake. And 5. Eyes open, wide awake, feeling wonderful in every way. Thank you for using Seduction Mastermind.